Well, here we are. Bit more a professional environment today.
Yep.
I like the setting. What do you think of the setting?
Love it. Really love it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do.
All right, here we go. So welcome, everyone. Welcome to a different kind of Raj and Rinks where nothing makes sense podcast. It's been a while since we have broadcasted one, and today it's a different one, different type of podcast where things will make sense. So let's crack on. Yeah.
Yep.
Rinks?
Yep.
Okay. So look, it's been an interesting year for you. February,
Yep.
you, Sharon, Angela,
Your wife.
yeah, my wife, climbed Kilimanjaro.
Yep.
All right, and first of all, I need to, once again congratulate you all. Right, what an incredible thing that you guys did for charity, and something that was very personal to you. And you've been thinking about doing for a number of years now. So what I want to start off with is what initially inspired you to take on the challenge of climbing Kilimanjaro?
Midlife crisis.
Okay.
No. Do you know what? It was, I think many years ago when you're a child, you think about all these adventures you want to do. And I remember growing up with Sharon, and we used to spend hours just chatting about all these adventures we want to do when we're younger. And then life takes over, right? You go to university, you got bills to pay, family to look after, you have children. No excuse, because people still do it, but that was the reason where it was just all, for me, it was all about focusing on career. And then just before COVID, I remember sitting down, speaking to Sharon, and your wife was present at the time. We were over a weekend at their house, and we talked about doing Kilimanjaro. And lo and behold, we decided to do it. Inspiration is what you've asked, and why. As I've got older, it's always about taking your body and taking your mind to another level, right? You go to university, you get a degree, you get a job, you have a great career, you make money, you have a nice car, you have a great family, you have all these great things. And what I wanted to do was do something for me. Following sort of Rocky, and how do I become how do I go beyond my limits? And what inspired me was to just see if I could do it. And that's it. We just decided to just book and go for it. And, at the end of the day, I want to be a role model for my children. It's really important for me. And if their dad can do it, then anyone can do it. And obviously, there's been a lot of challenges in my life, as people know. People who will be listening to this podcast. I've had a lot of challenges in life. Regarding my wife's having long COVID and being quite ill. And I'm thinking life should not stop you because you have all these trials and tribulations. It should inspire you and push you to do more in your life, because you don't know what's around the corner.
Yeah,
and that's why.
That's awesome. Honestly, it was an incredible achievement. Rinks, you train a lot, right? You run marathons, as in locally. You're running 2-3 times a week. Do you think you trained enough?
No. I remember you were saying to me when Kilimanjaro was all booked and what have you. You're going to smash it out of the park. And, I was hearing it all the time. And I thought, maybe I will. I do all that running and a beast mode and all of that stuff that I do. I think I was underprepared. I definitely didn't climb enough mountains and hills. And it's interesting because the group that you climb with, they did, this sort of oxygen training and climbing Ben Nevis and Snowdonia and all of those. And all I did was run on a treadmill, walked the dogs. And no, I definitely was not prepared at all. And what I would say to people is prepare. Because do you remember the photograph I sent you as we were coming in?
I was just about to
Go for
mention
it.
that. That was exactly what I was about to say. When
Yeah.
you sent me that photo when you're at eye level of summit, what went through your mind then?
I've never been so intimidated in my life.
Yeah.
It was the most... I'm sure you're going to ask me about the mountain, but it's like, over 19,000 feet, right? And the plane is in the sky. And it's descending, and you see this peak just come out of the clouds. I remember looking over at your wife. I was like, Ange, what the hell are we doing?
The words are actually, the words that you actually sent me was, what the fuck have I done?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm trying not to swear, but
Yeah.
but you're right. It was like, what the fuck? This is just craziness.
Yeah. That's amazing. And then tell me through in terms of, and let's go back to when you landed. Was there at any point where you're thinking, nah?
Bruv, you know what? I won't lie. I was terrified. I never thought no, because I was not going to fail. Not that there's anything wrong with failing, and I openly say to people that it's okay to fail as long as you learn from it. But to travel all that way, landing, and the only thing you see as landscape is this mountain. No was never the term, but it was always, I hope I make it. I was terrified. Like it was, you wouldn't believe. You would not believe. I was so scared. Never done anything, man, like that. First thing you want to climb, people would go, oh, I did hiking, I went to Snowdonia, I did Ben Nevis. Or, my first big hike, proper hike, was a goddamn mountain.
Yeah.
That's next level, right? It's craziness.
And the people that you met, when you do something like this, it's a lot of camaraderie. It's a lot of coming together, helping each other. What was obviously you, Sharon, and Ange, but what was the rest of the team like?
Amazing. You meet. Do you know what? When you do something like this with complete strangers, for those 6 days, was it? 6 days. And I'll allude to what that climb was actually like. But when you climb with people, complete strangers who don't know you, don't know anything about you, and take you on face value, and are in the same position as you, they get you through it. It's just family. It becomes family. There's no blood relative there. It's just, they've just become your family. They get you through it. Teamwork, camaraderie, great word. It was. I wouldn't have done it with I'm glad I was blessed to do it with such a great group of people. Blessed. They were phenomenal.
No, I bet. I mean, we've talked about it. I mean, it's going to be something that we're going to talk about for a number of years to come, right? And it's going to be a talking point, a conversational starter with anyone, right? I've climbed a mountain, etc. So let's go back to the mountain. Let's go back to, when did it start to feel hard?
I'll actually go back one step further. There's two things here, what you've said. It starts to feel hard physically, but it was already starting to feel hard mentally in some ways, because I sent you the photograph of the peak of the mountain, and as we landed, and the first night was, have a shower, because you're not going to shower for the next 6 days. It's disgusting, but that's life, right? Have a really nice meal. And I'll talk about how we were looked after, because I think some ways it was a posh way of climbing Mount Kilimanjaro in some ways, but I'll allude to that later on. And when we were going to the mountain, to the national park, on the day where we were going to start the first hike through the rainforest, as you drive, now just imagine you driving down a barren road, and all you see is just fields and sheep and cows and all of those things. And as you go, all you see is this mass of rock, humongous, just there. And at that point, I was like mentally thinking, is this something I can do?